This probably ain't the sexiest or most exciting conversation to have about handbags, but it's important. So today we're going to be talking about purse essentials and things that you need to have with you at all times. So let's get into it. Hey, I'm Dre and welcome to my channel. If you've been here before, welcome back. If you know me, you already know that I'm allergic to full price. If that sounds like you, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you know whenever I upload new videos. But let's get into today's topic. This is not going to be long at all. But before we even get into the essentials, there were two things that I wanted to share with you guys, and they were kind of overlaps from previous videos. So the first thing that I wanted to talk to y'all about is this chain that I got off Amazon. And let me go ahead and take it off of this bag so that I can show it to you without any distractions. But y'all know I'm all for a good dupe, and Amazon has just been knocking these dupes out of the park lately. So this one I found on Amazon a couple of days ago. They were able to deliver it overnight. Trying to get it situated right so that y'all can see. Okay, so it needs to go this way. So look what I got off Amazon for like $14.99 or $15.99. So if y'all can't tell me, if y'all don't, this looks just like the Coach chain. Well, I'm not gonna say it looks just like it because I have not seen it in person, but it's very similar. Look at this, very similar. So you've got a, looks like a flower. I'm not gonna say it's a tea rose, but it looks like it could be. You've got the little sea charm, you got the cherries, you got a little dinosaur or Rexy. You have the rainbow heart, and then you have the tag. The tag does not say Coach on it. As y'all can see, this is like a gold or brass material. It's pretty heavy in weight. It feels like it's really good quality. I don't know how it will hold up against the weather, if this is tarnish resistant, but guys, this is a really nice piece for $15.99. I'm gonna put some close-ups here so that y'all can see like really what it looks like close up, because it's definitely worth trying if you like I think they call it the swagger, whatever Coach is calling this chain charm, and you don't want to spend $100-something on it. Go ahead and just try the Amazon charm, because I promise y'all, this charm feels like the real thing. Like, I do have other authentic Coach pieces, like accessories, chains, and this feels like it could definitely be Coach, even though we know it's not. So definitely worth the price if you don't want to invest $100 on the Coach version. So I thought I would show y'all that one. And then there's something else that I wanted to show you guys, and it kind of brings me to a topic for possibly another video. But since I did the what's in my bag for the Rebel 24, I had redressed the bag. So this is what it looks like, and this is how I've been wearing her like the last week or so. So initially when I did the what's in my bag and I dressed her up, I put on the outlet cherry charm, which is lighter in color. The cherries are lighter and the gold is lighter as well. And then I had a regular, I had the dinky, I think, chain strap on here. So guys, I forgot that I even had this Coach chain. This one was like $125 retail, and I got it for $60 on like the outlet, maybe like a reserve drop a couple of summers ago. And I forget that I have this because it's always tucked away in a box with all of my other charms and straps. And so I'm thinking that I'm going to be looking at storage solutions in ways that I can store some of my accessories like sunglasses, charms, chain straps, where they are visible so that I can remember what I have. Because there have been quite a few times when I could have chosen this strap to dress a bag with and I forgot I had it because it was either put away in a box or on my Dooney and Burke. Because I don't know if y'all remember, but I cut the straps off of one of my Dooney bags and put this one on instead. So that was just an FYI, but I think this looks much better than how I had originally dressed it. Just so classy. The chain is like the perfect length for this bag, and I like the gunmetal and the gold links on here. I just think this is really pretty. So this is how I've been wearing this bag, and it's about time for me to move out of it. So y'all should be getting a new what's in my bag very soon. And I'm going to try my best to select a bag that I have not yet worn so that I can give you a review. But let's go ahead and get into the topic of today's video. So we talk so much on here about our bags, silhouettes, and what we like and what we don't like about the aesthetic of the bag, but we don't really talk a lot about what goes in. Now, I do the what's in my bags all the time just so y'all can get a general idea of what fits in the pieces that I'm, showing on my channel. But we never really talk about the purpose for these items or why it's so important. Y'all already know that I don't like really big bags and I don't like heavy bags. But even with that being said, y'all, I'm a grown ass woman. And so when I'm out, especially during the times when I was working in an office and not working from home, if I know I'm going to be gone all day, I need a bag that will carry more than just a wallet and a phone and a lip gloss. I need to be able to have things that will hold me until I'm able to get back home. And I think that most of y'all probably feel the same way, which is why some of y'all like really, really big bags, because you carry everything in your bag. I'm not there, but I do know that there are some things that just need to go in a handbag if you're going to be gone all day. So we're going to talk about that a little bit today. So the first thing that I wanted to share with you guys, and let me just go ahead and grab all of this stuff because I've got it sitting over here next to me. The first thing I want to talk about is like your catch-alls. So of course, you want to make sure that you have a catch-all, and hopefully, or best case scenario, the catch-all that you choose will hold all of your essentials so that you don't have to have more than a couple of SLGs in your bag. So if you're carrying a nice size tote bag, then the ideal situation was that you have a smaller bag or catch-all inside of that tote that can fit all of the things that will be on this list today, with the exception of maybe one or two. So let's go ahead and get into it. We're not going to talk about wallets, phone, and or card holders, because those are a given. You are not leaving your house without your phone, your wallet, and your keys. So we're talking about all of those other things that we need, things that help us make it through the day. So one of the things that I always carry with me when I'm carrying a bag, or I know that I'm going to be gone for a while, is pain relief. You just never know, guys. You just never know when you're going to need it. I don't have any known allergies or anything, and I am on medication, but I typically take my medication first thing in the morning when I wake up. So that's done and out of the way. But I always make sure to have some extra strength Tylenol on me just in case I catch a headache or, just anything, because you just never know what may happen. If you have allergies or you have other health conditions that let's say maybe you have stomach issues and you're the type of person who always has to have like Tums or something, those are things that you should keep on you at all times. You shouldn't have to run to the store or ask somebody to borrow pain meds or anything like that you need to take care of yourself. Those are things that should be packed in your bag. The other thing that I always try to keep in my bag is potpourri. Just because, I already don't like using public restrooms, but sometimes I feel like this is needed even before I use the restroom, just depending on where I am. But, just always want to smell good and be clean. And so this is just one of those things that I just feel more comfortable having with me when I'm using public restrooms, because I like to leave any place that I'm in better than when I got there, if that makes sense. Of course, whatever lip color you're wearing for that day, you want to make sure that you remember to throw that in your bag so that when it's time to retouch or refresh, you have that. Today, I'm not really wearing anything but this Fenty Gloss Bomb, and I think this is called Caramel Waffle, the color. This is a really cute brownish neutral color. Kleenex, and Kleenex has multiple purposes, but definitely want to make sure that you have Kleenex in your bag at all times. You want to have a hand sanitizer. You want to have a moisturizer for your hands, like some type of lotion. So this is the Palmer's cocoa butter formula. I also have Dove. So really it depends on what bag I'm carrying. I normally would keep one of these. I normally don't have both at the same time unless I'm in a tote or something huge. But I try to keep at least one of these on me when I'm in like a regular average size bag. And of course, if you are trying to pare down and you are carrying a smaller bag, you can get a smaller bottle of lotion. Nivea makes tins that are about this big. And they have like hand cream in them, which I think those are really nice if you're carrying a really small bag but still want to have some type of lotion in it. Those are perfect for that. So I don't know. I think we supposed to still be mad at Target, so I haven't really been patronizing them lately. But back in the day, I would go into Target and go in like the little aisle where they sell all of the travel size pieces, and that's where I would get the items that I would use to fill up my handbags. So now I found myself going to like Five Below and the Dollar Tree. So I tend to go to those places to find little stuff for my bags, like smaller you know, lotions, pill bottles, and stuff like that. With that being said, another thing that is really good to get from the travel section in any store, or Five Below or Dollar Tree, or your wipes. So definitely have to have wipes at all times. You just never know if you spill something, or you know, you need to you need to clean your hands, but maybe don't have access to water, and you want something more than just hand sanitizer. Or, you know, if you just want that extra layer or level of cleanliness after using the restroom, these always come in handy. And these are a must-have for your bag if you're gonna be gone all day, especially. I've talked about this before, guys, but manicure kit is an essential. If you're a grown woman and you care about how you look, especially when you outside, you need to have this with you. Like, at the bare minimum, at least have a fingernail file, so that if you break or chip a nail or something, you can fix it real quick, so that it doesn't get worse before you're able to get that nail fixed or repaired. Your compact mirror, so that you can always check, make sure you are looking your best. You don't have anything in between your teeth, you know, any sleep in your eyes, whatever. You just want to make sure that you have this so that you can know that you're on point. Another thing that I think is an essential for your handbag, and these are non-colored lip balms. So I have two here. So this one is Spoiled Child, and I really like this. It's a really, really thick lip balm, and I like to put this on at night before I go to sleep. And this is a free thing that they sent me. At some point, I was subscribing to their collagen, so I was taking their E27 collagen, and they would send like free gifts every month with the little bottle, and this was one of the free gifts that I got. I stopped doing it because I'm trying to cut corners and save money, and that was like $40-50 a month that I could spend on something else. So that was one of the things that I gave up last year, but at some point I will probably start taking it again. This is another clear lip balm that I got, and this one is from Sephora. It's just like a watermelon flavor lip balm, but again, on top of whatever color you are wearing that day, you want to make sure that you have a moisturizer, at least one, in your bag. If you take medication and you just want to be on the safe side, I also recommend having a pill container. You just never know what happens. Now, this doesn't apply to me because I typically know when I leave my house if I'm coming back. But if you're the type of person who, you know, could leave and may not come back to the next day, it may be a good idea to put a day or two's worth of your prescription medication in one of these containers and have it in your handbag, so that if something happens and you don't make it back home, you can still take care of yourself and have your medication with you. One thing that's not on this list, and it's only because I don't need them, I have been fixed, and that's feminine products. Like, I don't need any tampons or pads or anything like that because I had a hysterectomy in 2016. So I don't use those products. But obviously, if you are still of childbearing age and you still getting a cycle every month, it's a no-brainer that you would want to make sure that you have, you know, feminine hygiene products on you at all times, because you just never know. And I know the last 1 or 2 years that I had a cycle, they were so unpredictable. It was really hard to keep track of them. So having those items on me at all times was really, really necessary, because, you know, you just never know what's going to happen or when. Now, this is not a mini umbrella. I like to have a mini umbrella like a tote. This is the smallest umbrella that I own right now, though, and this is the Coach umbrella that I got from the pastel collection. But at some point, I'm going to get a smaller umbrella than this, because I like to have a mini umbrella. And this is small and it's not heavy. It doesn't take up a lot of space, but you can find an umbrella that's strong and will do what it needs to do that's actually a little smaller than this. So I think finding a mini umbrella that will fit in any bag is definitely a game changer. And then these things are optional, but for me, they're essential. I have to have a fragrance on me at all times. So normally what I will keep on me is the Maison Francis Kirk de Jean 724, which is like my favorite, well, one of my favorite spring summer fragrances. And I'll have this Dior, Valentino Born in Roma. So these two travel pieces would normally stay in one of my bags. So I will just, when I switch over, I will put them in another one. But it's always good to have a fragrance on you just in case you need to refresh in the middle of the day. You just never know. Earbuds. I'm not going nowhere without earbuds. You know, if I find myself somewhere where there is a wait, I can always pop on my earbuds, listen to some music, watch a YouTube video. I just like to have these on me. And I think, you know, again, this is just that level of preparation that just makes being outside of your home much easier. If y'all haven't figured out already, I'm a homebody. I enjoy being in my house. When I do have to go out, I like to be prepared. So these are things that make it easier for me to stay away from the home base and know that I'm still able to take care of myself and do what needs to be done throughout the day. And then the last thing are sunnies. Gotta have sunglasses, and this goes for all seasons. You know, you just never know. The UV protection is really important, especially for me. Like, I don't wear eyeglasses except for night driving and sometimes watching TV, but I'm really trying to take better care of my eyes, especially the skin around my eyes, because I'm prone to like what do they call these, hollows? I have under eye hollows and I have dark circles, and those are the things that age you the most. So taking care of your eyes outside of just your skincare, that also means using sunglasses when the sun is out. So I never leave my house in the summertime or on a sunny day without sunglasses. So I recommend just having glasses in your bag at all times, just in case. So that's all that I have for you today, guys. This was just my list of handbag essentials. These are things that I just don't think you are prepared if you leave out the house without them. So comment down below and let me know if there are any things that you like to keep on you at all times that I did not include in this list. Thank you again for watching. And don't forget, if you're going to get it anyway, you may as well save a few coins. Talk to you later. Bye.